Good day, everyone, and wherever you're watching from. This is the Educator's Altar with Tom Samuel. Yeah, Tom Phonics, any one of them. Okay, so thank you to those that are joining us, and this is our first episode here at the Educator Altar, but not really Educator Altar, but this is the Educator's Lounge. Weekend, so we get to talk, interact, and talk about things that trouble us as school owners, as teachers, as educators. Today we're going to be starting with the money conversation. Okay, that some persons are, you know, shying away from, and honestly, I really don't know how this discussion will go, but it's going to be a bit raw. And we have Mr. Bello. Mr. Bello is on ground to talk more about this. And so he's at the backstage. So let me, with a standing ovation. I've actually been seeing Mr. Bello from, a distance. I've not met him in person, but I know many of us, you can't talk about consultant in Nigeria without mentioning or talking about Mr. Bello. Ah, no. Abdulrahman, you can't. The the initiator and the founder of the innovative school owners, man, that group has powerful school owners there, and he's a powerful person too. So we talk more about our politicians, whereas there are people in the education industry that are very powerful, but they are very calm and quiet. So today, let's have Mr. Bello here to talk about the money conversation. So, Mr. Bello, good
Good
evening.
evening. Good evening, Mr. Tom. Good to have me on your program. Thank you so much for the honor. Why are you saying all these things? I actually signal my wife to tell her that you can see what they are saying about me online. So my ground price has really gone up.
Okay,
So
so to our audience, you have the comment section, and you can also join in the conversations, and we get to see what you post. If your comment actually hits us, we can post it on the screen so that everyone gets to see it. So please, anyone that has known me since COVID or before COVID, you would understand that when we had the Tom Phonics Lounge, it was very, very, it was raw. Raw. We are not hiding anything. So it's unedited, uncensored. We hit the nerve. So you can ask your question in the comment section. So when it's time for our questioning, we get to ask. So Mr. Bello, the groom
with you.
prize.
Yes, that's really gone up tonight.
So, Mr. Bello, I won't want to ask what you do and all of that. Anyone that Googles your name would definitely pop up. We get to know who you are and what you do. So, let's start from the angle of the money conversation. Why are school owners? It's broad, but quickly, why do we have many school owners lamenting about money? Why is money an issue when it has to do with the school business?
You see, a quite number of time I keep saying it. There are quite a number of people that are into school business today without understanding the rudiment of school business. They are just in the business because somebody is doing it, I can also do it. The money management aspect of the business is not being taught in colleges of education. If you get that right, it's not being taught in the university. It's not being taught anywhere else. It has to do with people just feel, oh, I can have a school. Actually studied education. I have taught in a school before. I've taught in a school for 25 years, for 20 years, and I can easily have a school. So I don't need to talk about the profit. After all, I'm here to impact lives. Okay, I'm here to support, to complement the effort of government without actually putting into consideration that passion without profit is nonsense.
Mm,
Mm.
passion without profit is nonsense. So, would you want to say that most people actually came into the education industry because of passion?
The majority of them are into the sector believing that they are there just to impact lives and complement the effort of government. forgetting that the teachers in various schools are there for their own selfish reason too. A quite number of people that have opened their school believing that it's all about passion, 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 passion without you cannot teach on empty stomach. A quite number of lecturers today, teachers today are underpaid. Why do we have teachers complaining that they are being underpaid? If passion can easily sustain a teacher, if passion can easily sustain a lecturer, we'll not be talking about underpayment and the likes. So people in school business do not really understood what it means. The rudiment of the school business, understanding what it takes for you to sustain a school brand. You cannot sustain a school brand with just knowledge alone. We cannot sustain a school brand with just passion alone without money. Money is important. It's important in the family. It's important in the school business. It's important everywhere. It's important in politics. So it means that without money, you cannot sustain your school brand. Yes, you might have the formidable team. You might have the best team, but without money, you cannot sustain the school brand because profitability helps to sustain your school brand.
Um, I had this vision. I've been having these dreams of we
Mm,
have Lagos Business School, and let's just say Lagos Business School, and we have Harvard School of Leadership and Harvard School of Business, and some, Oxford and all of that. But when it comes to the school business, everybody wants it to be like the let's okay go to Lagos Business School. They also teach all of those things, but like you just said, we don't there isn't an education that actually teaches that part of it. So would
money,
you want to
money, money,
say,
money,
yeah, the money?
money,
So
money.
would you want to say that now we have millions of school owners? I don't want to say thousands because we have millions of school owners, let's just say, in our
Of course.
country for now. So I don't know. I don't have the data, but I could tell you that about 85 to 90% of the school owners are below par when it comes to business, the school business, you know, understanding and all of that. So at this stage we are now, at this stage, what would you say or advise that one can do? Should they just shut down their school, or what can we do? What can we do?
I need to be very sincere with you. Lagos State, for example, has 20,000 schools in Lagos State. Alimosho local government being one of the biggest and largest local governments that we have in Lagos State. But you quite agree with me that out of those 20,000 schools, there are some schools that are just there, some school owners are just there just to feed themselves. That's the reason they actually opened the school. A school without enrollment strategy, enrollment system in place, a school without retention system in place, there is going to be problem of expansion. We can't be talking about even expansion without profit. The school must begin to have what I call enrollment, then retention, and we begin to talk about profit maximization. What does they mean? A quite number of people today are in that business. Like you said, we have Lagos Business School. How many of the school owners are ready to pay for, let's say, a consultant to come and consult for their school? The word ego has not really allowed school owners to go far. Oh, I know all these things. It's always very difficult for you to be able to put together those people who call themselves school owner in a class or in a lecture room or a workshop. Then you say you want to train them. The first question is, oh, how old is this person? What does he know? What experience does he have? For how long has he been in the industry? Forgetting that the place of knowledge does not really look at age. So I've seen many times whereby school owners are having challenges, but they are shy to say their challenges, to voice out their major problems. Okay, and that's the reason you see quite a number of schools today are struggling. We have quite a number of what percentage of schools are really making are really making the money. I like using Corona School as a case study. Corona School has been in existence in the like 70 years and is still waxing stronger. If you ask me what is making Corona wax stronger, it's as a result of strategic management in place. They have strategic management team in place and they are not doing it alone. It's not a one-man show. They have team, a robust team. The senior management team is thinking for the school, and the lower management team, two members, who are doing their own. So what am I trying to say is that when we talk about we having a school for school owners, the question is, are school owners really ready? Out of this 20,000 school owners that we have in Lagos State, for example, what percentage of the school owners go for seminar? What percentage of them pay for workshop? What percentage of them read books? Okay, you don't attend seminars, you don't go for workshops, you don't read books. What new books that have you bought that have actually helped you as a school owner? No one knows it all. No one knows it all. The question is, how many of them are ready? The question is, readiness. Readiness is the key word. So we cannot be talking about you moving your school business to the next level. Check top schools in Lagos, for example. A quite number of them invest heavily on training and retraining their personnel, retraining and retraining even the so-called head of schools. How many of the schools that are not really making money, they are not really making waves, they are always shying away to talk about the money conversation? How many of them are really maximizing profits? They are the school owner that keep complaining every now and then. Top schools, a quite number of top schools that really knows the rudiment of the business, don't complain about they are not really making money and the likes, and they are not even scared of increasing their fee because the value is there. I think I need to pause here for now.
Okay, now something just hit me. Must they always increase tuition fee for them to have money?
If you ask me, and I'll quickly say, a school owner that is not really having, does not really understand attraction strategy. There is one is to attract, the other one is to retain. The inquiry, like I often say, is not admission. People can come to your school and inquire, and it's not admission. Not understanding the target audience has been the major challenge. How? I will explain. Okay, you don't understand your target audience. You started a school in a low income environment, then you decided to say, okay, my school fees is going to be 150,000. How many people can afford the school fees within that environment? Not forgetting that you are not the only one within that environment. Now, if you have employed, like, let's say 5 teachers, you have like 20 pupils, you have no choice. You want to increase school fees based on the numbers of pupils you have. And the question is, can parents afford to pay the school fees? The society we have now, we have what I call what I call pretending parents. A kind number of parents are already on loan. They are already on cooperative. They are in cooperative society. They've taken loan. So how do you expect them to pay what you've actually charged? Schools have no choice than to keep increasing school fees, believing that parents have the means to pay. And parents out there, 21st century parents, are so smart in the sense that they keep looking at, oh, which school has the same services, which school renders the same service, like the way X and Y schools that my children are attending is rendering. Once they see that a particular school, another school can render the same service, they have no choice but to go to that school. So it's not about increasing the school fees. It's about creating an avenue within the school system. What can you do to create avenue within the school system? You have a hall in the school. You can improvise. You can use the hall to rent out. Of course, uniform, of course. You can easily sell the uniform. You can ask children to go on excursion. You can tell children to go on excursion and charge like 20,000 naira and be buying something of 3,000 naira for them. Parents are calculative. The 21st century parents are intelligent. They are smart, street smart. Okay. Now, when you charge them 20,000, you are buying things of 3,000 naira for them. Of course, next time they will know. They wouldn't want to. They wouldn't want to ask their. They wouldn't want to pay for their children. So you
At
have no
all.
choice if they refuse. If you have no choice if they refuse to pay for excursion, for example, you have no choice than to keep increasing school fees. You increase school fees, then you have not really added value. You are not adding value. If you're not adding value, of course, parents will be forced to withdraw their children and go to option B. If parents are shopping for schools, they look at these schools together in terms of structure wide. 70% of school business success has to do with school building. The 30% has to do with the management of the school. I keep saying it to school owners. 70% of school business success is in beautiful environments. Parents are looking for conducive learning environment for their children. Conducive learning environment, and it's not cheap. And that's the reason I keep saying school business is capital intensive. If you want to have a school
Yes.
and you start on a small scale, you'll be frustrated. Parents will be in charge of that school. Policy does not work. So you keep increasing school fees. Yes, of course. Policy does not work if you're on rent. Policy does not work if you don't have the infrastructure facilities in place. Policy does not work. So the point is, the more you want parents to be able to come to your school, you need to understand the place of your target audience. If you don't understand the place of your target audience, you are feeling, oh, I've really invested. And the reason school owners again to do keep increasing school fees is the ratio of withdrawal to admission is higher. You can't be having more withdrawal than admission. What an admission, that school is at the verge of collapsing. So what's the point? School owners keep increasing as a result of the numbers of pupils compared to the ratio of teachers in the school cannot meet up to the need, the daily operation, the contingency needs, the salary and all that. And that's the reason. Sometimes a school owner was telling me that I'm owing my teacher. I said, well, you are owing them because of you have not been able to You have not been able to budget. You have not been able to plan ahead. She said the number of children and all that. She has about 100 pupils in the school. 100 pupils in the school. Yeah, the school fees is about 60,000 thereabout. About half of the population are not paying. Then why are you keeping them? So school owners too, on their part, they are scared of losing parents, and parents are not scared of losing them. So to increase school fees, if you really want to increase school fees, you need to think about it. One, are you adding value? Two, can parents afford it? Who are your target audience? The target audience, you don't assume that, oh, there are rich people within this environment. If you assume that based on assumption that there are rich people within that environment, don't forget that you are not the only school targeting those same rich person. I think I need to pause here for now.
Okay, thank you very much. Because I actually wanted asking you about the fear factor, of which you just
Hmm.
mentioned that many school owners are scared of losing parents, and actually, the truth is, parents are not even scared of losing them too, though.
Of
Mm.
course, they are not. They are not. They are not.
In our community last weekend, a school owner said, some parents said they were ready to leave, and the way they said it was shocking to her. Yeah, I didn't respond though, because they they truly, some parents don't even give the I want to talk about maybe the economy though, but they don't. So, but let's look at this parents' psychology now. So,
Hmm.
how can schools rather discuss money with parents without sounding desperate or transactional? Because that's the scared factor, the fear factor that most school owners are having. Did you get that, sir?
Keeping them informed is key. Okay, a quite number of time you want to increase school fees. I'm scared of calling parents for PTA meeting and all that, and I wouldn't want the situation whereby I want to discuss money issue with them and all that. In the church, they discuss money. Even in the marriage, like I said, they discuss money. So money makes these things to work smoothly. So what's the point? Keep adding value. You've been using fan in your school before. There are fan in all the classes and all that. You have fans in all the classes and all that. If you have changed a particular class, there is AC in a particular class. The reception of the school has changed. There wasn't interlock within the school environment before. You've added interlock within the school environment. Okay. And parents are saying that value has been added. There wasn't a phonics teacher before. You employ phonics teacher. These children will go back home to give feedback to their parents. Parents are able to see feasible what development within the school environment, within the premises. I know a school the last 10 years has not done anything and is expecting the parents to pay for increment. It doesn't work like that. And you need to notify parents on time. And when we talk about increments without, when we talk about money without parents complaining and all that, you need to increase money based on the fact that parents will not feel exploited. Sometimes school owners increase school fees and parents feel, oh, we are being exploited. You increased school fees last year. Then this first time again, you already increased school fees. Next year again, you are hoping that you are going to increase school fees. Parents will feel maybe you are taking them for a fool as a school. So what's the point? The point here is adding value. Once you add value that are feasible, that are glaring for parents to see. A class that you have population of let's say 25 pupils, you have a teacher there. You employ an assistant teacher, you added to it. You said, oh, parents, because we want the best for your children. And that's the reason we've decided to employ an assistant teacher to support your children, the children in the class, because we are much concerned about the student monitoring and attention of the children. Parents come to your school not because of your own environment and all that. It's because of the benefits that school, their children are going to gain from that school. And that's why parents are coming to that school. Okay, so additional value, and letting parents know on time. And I believe that will solve that.
Yeah, sorry, Mr. Bello. Now, you said in order to increase school fees, one has
Mm,
to bring value and all of that, or introduce something
mm,
that are visible. So, would you want to say that first,
mm,
I should use my money to do it before now
mm,
asking parents to pay for it?
mm. Okay, I put it back to you, sir. You've not done anything in the school the last 10 years. What's the justification of increasing school fees, if I may ask? Is it based on the economy? Has the salary of the parents increased? We keep increasing, we keep talking about increment of school fees as the salary of parents increase. Once you're able to book quite a number of facilities in place, and that's the reason we say business means using more money to make money. You want to increase school fees without parent contesting it or parents debating it with you. Why do we have out of 100% parents? It's a fact that I know. Out of 100% school, 90% of schools don't like calling parents for PTA, quote and unquote. And I stand to be corrected. 90% of schools do not like calling a parents PTA,
Why?
parents meeting. Do you know why? Yes, that's the point. That's what I'm. A kind of time, some school administrators or some school owner do not really have the qualities, in which they can withstand the questions from parents when it comes when it comes to our questions and answer. A quite number of times, school owners don't know how to handle complaint from parents. The last 25 years as an educator, as a school owner and a school growth strategist, I've come to realize that parents complain on three things: teachers' personality, welfare, and of course, teachers' personality, welfare, and academics of the child. So there is no how at the PTA meeting, parents will definitely complain on these three things. The next one they complain on is maybe bullying. A child was flogged, a child was not given an assignment. These are the normal complaints the last 25 years as a teacher, head of school, and of course, a school growth strategist. So what's the point? The point here is we should begin, as school owners, we should begin to understand the people that we are dealing with, the parents that we are dealing with. Knowing them is key. Knowing their background is key. When I say background, are they low income earners? Are they exposed? What's their lifestyle kind of and all that? Once we are able to know those we are dealing with, it becomes a lot easier to run our school smoothly.
Okay, so to everyone that is actually watching us, we at the point we had over 30 persons on this live. So to everyone watching us, please, you are not out of this conversation, okay? So you can actually ask any question. This is Mr. Bello. Now let's just assume it's a one-on-one consultation. Now, courtesy of me, you have access now to Mr. Bello. He was not going to charge you on this. After this, you go meet him, he will charge you. So now you can actually ask question in the comment section, and we'll bring it up live and discuss about it. Okay, this is supposed to be like a 40-minute discussion, and we're 25 minutes or 26 minutes away. So before I move on, you can see on the screen private school business in low income communities. Now, this is one of the resources from Mr. Bello Abdulrahman, and you can actually look out for him on Facebook, Bello Abdulrahman Adedigba. Then you'll get to chat with him, or you go through Seller to get this. Now, that is for schools in low income communities, and I know I have access to more than 5,000 school owners, and almost 80% of the school owners, they get to say, we are in this part of Nigeria, and the parents around there don't, money, and because when they want to ask you for consultation, they first of all bring up that part of, we don't have money, oh," so
Mm.
that as they are telling you the problem, you won't charge them your normal rate. You won't charge the normal rate. So
Mm.
now, if you are in that category, this is a book for you. This is the resource for you, free of charge. Like, because the amount is almost like free. It's 5,000 naira. The amount is almost like free. So get to read it and get to practice and implement all that is said in this. So back to you, Mr. Bello. Now, are parents the only source of income for schools? Because we've been talking about parents, and to most parents, they feel it's school owners are reaping them. So are they the only source of income for schools? You may not go through, all the details, but it's just a straight question. Are they the only source, or the highest source of income for school?
I need to be very candid with you. You can have a school and at the same time you make more money. Parents can be the only source of income if you don't exploit them. Yes, I said it before. You can use your school or for rentage, rent it out. You can have what I call a children restaurant, children eatery. A quite number of parents are too lazy to cook for their children in the afternoon. You can have an eatery for children. You make money from that. You can have a bookshop, you make money from that. You can have where you sell, what's it called, shorts, singlets for children, school bags, shoes, you make money from that. After school, you can make money from that. Saturday care, you can make money from that. There are quite a number of things you can do. You can even become a consultant. You can also, from books, lesson notes that your teacher writes, you can turn it to textbooks and turn it to the textbook of your school. They can't get it from the market. You can also make money from that. Before I started consulting, I was making money, serious money from school business, from my school alone. And people keep asking, how are you doing it? I know the Nigerian mentality is always when you are making money from a particular source that is, they are doing the same thing and they are not getting results in that juju. This my white bears again. They thought maybe I have joined one occultic cult and the
Occultic.
likes. Yes, it has to do with understanding the school business. I've heard oftentimes teachers saying, "Oh, there is no money in school business." I made my first 1 million naira from teaching. I made my first 1 million naira from teaching. I wasn't looking down on myself. I wasn't blaming my employers. The school fees parents are paying cannot make school owners rich if they don't know, if they don't understand the place of financial intelligence. The salary any
Mm,
teacher is being paid cannot make them rich if they don't understand the place of financial intelligence. If you are a school owner listening to me tonight and your income is not enough, you need to start thinking of how you can generate income within the school. That's number one. Number two, if you are a school owner listening to me and you are not generating enough income, you need to begin to think, what can I do to make more money to the school? Everybody cannot come to your school, but knowing your target audience and satisfying the needs of their children, the academic needs of their children, without you paying them, they become brand ambassadors of your school. Okay, so what can you do as a school owner? Within the school system, you can also generate income. Within the school system, you can also generate income. We need to start seeing ourselves as collaborators, not competitors. When we collaborate, there are quite a number of things we need to gain. 95% of enemies we have in the education sectors are no any other person than schools, school owners. They see themselves as competitors. A person has come to my school, a parent has come to my school, and she's unable to afford the fee. I directed her to another school. It has not made me lose anything. We need to see ourselves
mm.
as collaborators. I have quite a number of school owners today. They have been belong to Innovative School Owners Network. They've relocated to Canada, to the UK, and the likes. And they keep sending money for our what's it called? Our Achievers Group, where we contribute some few millions. I
Yes,
wouldn't want to say,
I was about asking you on that. You know, it's one of
yes.
the questions I would ask, that instead of collecting loan, what you do, because I've seen, I think I've been following up since last year. I've been following up since
Mm,
last year. So I think you can
mm.
just talk about that so that others can actually, key into it, and if they want to,
The
what
kind number
is
of
it like?
Well, kind number of people are scared. It's more or less like a contributing scheme. What do? We come together. Integrity is the watchword. Integrity is the currency. We come together, let's say 4 times. We ask Mr. Tom Nursery and Primary School, contribute 1 million naira. Peki School, contribute 1 million naira. Ajayi Crowder School, contribute 1 million naira. X and YZ School, contribute 1 million naira. First time we give one person 4 million naira. Second time 4 million naira. Third time 4 million naira. Then first time again 4 million naira. The person that takes last take first. The person that takes second to the last take second. The person that takes second before take third, and the person that takes first before take first. Later again it takes last, like that. And we share it 4 million naira per time among ourselves. Within a year, we've already shared 4 million naira without interest. But the major thing is trust. We wouldn't want a situation whereby when it's your turn to contribute your money, you start telling us that your grandfather swallow cutlass or your mommy jump on transformer. We wouldn't entertain excuses. And it has been working the last 5 years. It has really helped me. There was a property that I got. We have two arms of the contribution of 5 million naira. I collected 10 million naira and was able to buy one property in a rural environment. And people at the moment, it has really increased added value, and people want to buy it double the price that I bought it last 2 years ago, and I'm not willing to sell. So we can collaborate, we can come together in order for us to be. There are quite a number of opportunities again we can do. I just remembered what I was mutual fund, money market. Let's go to Stanbic IBTC and ask questions. How can we invest the little amount of money coming in into our accounts? We can also go to OP. There are quite a number of avenues in which we can save money. Discipline in school business is very important. There is a place whereby there is a stage whereby when you have a school, The school cannot take care of itself. You always take care of the school. It's more or less like you having a baby, taking care of the baby. When the baby grows to a certain age, you know that, oh, this baby is now an adult. The baby will be able to take care of itself. There are three phases to school business: the crawling stage, okay, the struggling stage, then the sustainable stage. There is a stage whereby you keep investing in the school business and you don't see return on investment. Rather, what you see is what's it called? Money to feed yourself and little change. No matter the income that comes into your school, ensure that you save part of it and pay yourself salary. How many school owner pay
Mm,
themselves salary?
mm-mm,
How many
mm-mm,
school
mm.
owner budgets? The mindset is zero. Financial accountability. Who is your accountability partner as a school owner? How much do you make? The money that I'm making is not much. Why is it that we have quite a number of 90% of school owners are always broke during the holiday? Teachers are complaining that school owners are making them. Do they know what school owners are facing? A quite number of school owners are suffering and smiling. They are not making money. In every community, we have more than 50 to 100 schools. Out of 50 to 100 schools, quote and unquote, and I stand to be corrected, is only three or five that are really making profit. Others are just struggling for survival. Ms. Inka Ogunde, one of our posts, said some times ago that we need to mesh together with school owners. Like I said, the word ego, the word fear will not allow us to come together. So, as school owner, a business that you are doing and you are not making money from it, if you are not making profit, like I said, you have pressure. If you're not making profit, you have pressure. This business that we are doing, there is no we don't have what's it called gratuity, neither do we have pension. So we need to begin to think, what can we do to multiply our income? What can we do to multiply the little that is really coming in for us? I told the school owner who told me she has never said 1 million naira before. I said, okay, divide
Ah,
1 million divided. Yes, she has never said 1 million, and she has been running the school the last 14 years. All I
yeah.
just need to tell her was, I said, divide that 1 million naira divided by 12. What do you get? And that was it. And we started saving money. I said, delayed gratification is the watchword. She came to my office and she was putting on designer shoe, designer to match. Everything she was wearing was to match. I said, these are things why you are not making money. Delayed gratification, there is a stage in which when you get to a certain stage as a school owner, you know that you are ripe to travel abroad. There was a time
Yeah.
a friend of mine on Facebook was telling me that we should go to Dubai to relax. I said, I'm not ripe for it. I'm ripe for Cotonou or Togo, but I'm not ripe for Dubai for now because well, I need to invest. Of course, I need to invest in other things that is going to bring me more money. We can also go into real estate as school owners. We invest in real estate, buy land in low income environments, resell later. We can easily collaborate together, not just like the way I pointed out that idea that I said we collaborate by generating, putting money together and give it to a school owner. We can come together like that, buy a property, and of course, we use it to rent. That property will be paying us while we are still alive. So, a quite number of time, we are seeing ourselves as competitors, and once we are seeing ourselves as competitors, we will not grow. When you go alone, it becomes slower. It's fast, but when you collaborate with others, it becomes faster.
Mm, okay, see, you said quite a lot, sir. Quite a lot. In fact, it turned to training, and someone actually wrote and said that if people are seeing Mr. Bello from a distance, I think that was Mrs. Is it Temitayo? I read her post. The first time she saw
Okay.
it, she didn't know that you were very, very that you talk a lot.
Hmm.
That you
I,
only have
I,
you,
I I have this
you have
gentle
the
face, and I have this
yes,
gentle
this
face, and that
gentle,
was what
innocent face.
that was what I used to woo my wife. She has three kids for me now.
We educators there. Now, there was an idea here that someone just posted and in form of a question. I don't want to be the one answering it. Now, it's popping up on the screen now. You see, she says, "What can I do to make parents come pick their kids promptly as school close? Because most of them leave kids in school 2 hours after closing time."
Management.
Mm.
Management. Don't be a talk no do. Don't be a talk no do. Be a talk and do. Are you getting it? Don't be a doctor. You need to begin charging them fine. The parent has
Mm.
come late before you release the child. You ask them to pay fine, but you are scared of losing them, and that's the reason they are taking your policy for granted.
Thank
They're
you.
actually taking your policy for granted because you are afraid that if I ask them tomorrow to pay fine, they will go to another school that will accommodate them. Except your policy of your school say that a child that stays after 2 hours, then, and that's the reason you see teachers are leaving the sector. Who
Over
is going to
time.
face it at the end of the day? Over time, are you paying them over time? And teachers are not happy. They will not be able to say it because maybe is this salary difference between school A and B is maybe 3,000 naira. They have no choice but just to swallow it, the insult and all that. So what are we trying to say in a nutshell without wasting that? Because if you allow me, I will talk, and it's likely for me to step on toes, which I wouldn't like to do because this
Well,
tonight I want to have
well,
I
actually,
want to.
actually, actually, we step on toes on these shows. I'm sorry, but that's why it's unfiltered.
Let me allow the person to sleep and have a sweet dreams anyway. The point here is policy. When we say policy is something that school owners need to take with all seriousness. Consistency. You can't be talking about policy and be scared. You can't be talking about policy is all about system. You can put policy in place, then you step back. But quite a number of times, school owners they like bending the same policy. They like bending rules. And once you begin to bend rules, you begin to bend policy. Of course, parents will take it for granted. She be talk no do. She will just talk and she no go do it. So when they know
Mm,
that once their children are not picked on time, they will be fine. Before they pick their children, they have no choice but to comply. And you will tell them at the PTA meeting, you re-echo it. We wouldn't want a situation whereby you come and the parents deliberately keep their children so that they will not come and disturb them at home. There was
yes,
a time. There
yes.
was a time. There was a time somebody was complaining that this holiday lesson that schools are doing during the long vacation is not supposed to be done. We are supposed to allow the children to relax and all that. Then I said, parents are even calling that when are we starting the what we call in quotes summer lesson because they know when these children are at home they eat more food. When these children are at home, they disturb them, so they are looking for a way to shift them to the school. Do you know that if these parents, you can ask them that even the holiday, the children will be coming to school, parents will pay for it, parents will release their children for you. Are you aware of that? So that's the only thing you can do. Find them. Once you find them, parents will adjust and they'll come and pick their children on time. Thank you.
Now, in 1 minute, sir, I know you've
Mm.
discussed about this, but please hit it. Payment of rent seems to take almost 30% of the school term income. How can I navigate this so that it doesn't affect our budget, sir? You don't be polite in this. I'm
I need to
sorry.
tell you the truth. I need to tell you the truth. You don't have a
Yes.
school if you're on rent. My mentor told me, he said, to hell with you, you don't have a school. I said, sir, why will you tell me to hell with me if I don't have a school? He said, you don't have a school on rent. I was thinking maybe those words were so harsh. Not until when I started my school on rent, the landlord keep coming and the likes, the agent keep coming, and all what I was doing, I was working for both the landlord and my teachers. And sir, do you know that I begin to ask my teachers that can I see your lesson notes? Can I see your diary? Why am I asking them? Instead of me to tell them the salary was not enough because the money was not coming in. Like she said, 30% was going to what? Was going to rent. So if you have a school on rent, you need to the first day you start that school on rent, the next thing you need to start doing is for you to start planning for your own. At this moment in time, you need to buckle up and start planning for your own. I was telling people, I said, if you're on rent, you don't have target audience. The person said, why will I say that? I need to be very factual with you. If you're on rent, you don't have a target audience. If you're on rent, because you accommodate people, you accommodate different people. Then by the time you are now on your permanent side, that you have the structure that you have that you like, then you begin to sieve them. You begin to remove those stones from your eyes and all that. So what do you need to do? No matter what, you need to save. Every school owner out there need to have 3 accounts or 4 accounts. The first account, contingency account. The second account is salary account. The third account is daily operational account, and the fourth account, the capital account. If you do not really have a capital project that you are doing at hand, you can call it your land account, where you want to buy land or you want to buy a property. Or else, running a school on rent is highly frustrating, especially when you have a good landlord in quotes. I believe I've answered
Mm,
your question.
thank you very much. That was why I said you don't have to be polite. So quickly before we round up, sir, just two questions from me before I go. Please, like I said, if you have any question and if any of the punchline that Mr. Bello actually said hit you, please, you can put in the comment section and then we're going to bring it on the screen. So quickly, two questions, sir. Now, what's the first financial mindset every shift every school owner now must make to build sustainability? The financial mindset shift now, because we have quite a number of people watching us now that some of them are just coming for the first time to hear what the financial mindset shift they must have now.
School business is a business. School business is a
Mm,
business. That's number one. You need to know that school business is a business. Stop thinking school business is not a business. If school business is not a business, then this seminar is not for you. If school business is not a business, what I'm saying is not for you, it's not meant for you. School business is a business. There's a difference between education that you want to impact. If you want to have, that's the reason we have different categories of schools. We have the NGO, the non-governmental organizations,
organization, yeah.
non-profit school, non-profit school. If you want to have a non-profit school, fine. If you want to have a religious school, fine. If you want to have a school that deliberately you want to help the
The
low-income earners,
needy.
fine. They need it. You need to have this mindset that you are running a business and it should be treated as a business. Apart from those school owners that are on rent, you as a school owner that you are on your permanent site, you need to be paying rent because school itself is real estate. So number one shift that you need to have the mindset that school is not a business. You need to change that mindset that school is not a business. It is a business. That's number one. Number two, you need to have a profit system in place. You need to have what we call financial system in place. If you have financial system in place, then budgets, financial projection, budget. You need to know your income and expenditure. Knowing your income and expenditure is very key. How much comes in, how much goes out. The expenditure should not be more than the income. Do not overstaff because you want to please parents. Do not overstaff. So pay yourself salary. The money coming into the school business, you should separate your account from the school accounts. I see a quite number of times going how much do we have on ground? Let me have. You do not have ledger. The ledger of book is not different from the ledger of school fees. The ledger of school fees is not different from the ledger of lesson, school lesson. The ledger of extracurricular activities is not every time. First time, second time, third time. Every time out there has its own potential for you to be able to make money. First time, if you are not making money in first time, then there is a problem. If you are not making money in second time, there is a problem. If you are not making money in third time, there is a problem. So the mindset has to do with school business is a business. I repeat, school business is a business. Do not let anybody tell you otherwise. The second one is budgets. That is having your financial plan in place, your financial system in place, your cash flow, knowing your income and expenditure. And of course, how can you multiply the little income that is coming into your school? Like I said, visit Stanbic IBTC and ask them about what? Mutual funds. You can also visit any of this bank and ask them about mutual fund, money market. You can invest in that so that you can easily multiply your money. Financial intelligence is key. Financial intelligence has to do with discipline. Discipline. When you save, then you invest. I believe I've answered that.
Thank you very much, sir. So I think uh just the last one before we call it a night. Thank you. Because if you had one message, sir, for school owners listening tonight, apart from what you just said, the financial mindset shift, what would you say to make them finally face the money conversation? Because um I used to see the influencers online. I think was it last month or early this month, and some influencers happened. Okay, no, it was the president's son that called some influencers around, and they were talking about money. So when do we start talking about money as school owners? Like we have board 10 school owners come together, then we are being called the Odugus of education. I'm not talking about Corona School. I'm not talking about Grange and the rest, or Meadow Hall and the rest. I'm talking about school owners. You know what I mean? School owners.
Mm,
Those ones are OGs in, in the education. So when do we start
mm.
talking, having this financial conversation, this money conversations?
We should not be shy away from that. We should not be shy away about money topics. Money in school business is a necessity and it's very important. And it's not ungodly. There is no how we talk about money. If your wife keep calling you on you are doing the necessary thing. You know, I keep using it as an example since. The same thing applicable to anywhere, whether church, whether mosque, whether business. So we need to talk about money. Yes, for us to be able to talk about, we need to talk about money. I have always told those who are close to me, I said, I'm not a poor school owner, and I'm not in this school business for me to suffer. I have spoken to more than 1,000 school owners the last 5 years, let me say 5 years, more than 1,000 school owners. Averagely, sir, 85% of school owners do not look like those that are school owners. They are believing their reward is in heaven, and their responsibilities are glaring, staring at them on earth. Some school owners are not up to 50, but they look like somebody that is 65 years old. Why? The pressure of the work. School business is not for the faint-hearted person and all that. And is see, we just need to begin to change some orientation. There is no money in school business. Says who? Dear school owners listening to me, there is a lot of money in school business, except you don't understand your target audience, except you don't understand how it works, except you don't understand attraction strategy, except you don't understand retention strategy and expansion. There are some schools they are not supposed to have secondary school, but they are running a secondary school. The money they are making from
That
nursery and primary
conversation.
school, the money they are making from nursery and primary school, they are using it to run secondary school. Then they are complaining at the end of the day they are not making money. It's not compulsory your school should have school bus. School bus is another school entirely. And that's the reason sometimes we keep shouting we are not making money. If you don't understand it, some of these our parents cannot afford the school bus, and policy does not really make them pay. What about a parent that has paid for school bus and has not paid for school fees? What are you going to do? Will you ask the school driver not to pick the child and he has not paid for school fees? So money conversation is a must in school business, whether we like it or not, because it has to do with daily things we engage ourselves on and all that. So money conversation is a topic we don't need to shy from. Once we say that school is a business, then we should be talking about income and expenditure. We should be talking about daily operations, except we don't want to grow and move to the next level. For you to sustain your brand, the money conversation must come in our conversation as school owners. So you need to start thinking, how are you making money? How is money coming in into the school? What is really taking money from the school? Is it the school bus? If you have a school bus and the school bus keep breaking down at the road, you are stealing the image of your school, the brand image of your school. Brand management is very difficult in school business. Reputational management is more difficult because you cannot be there at all times. So what's the point? Money is very important for us to discuss in school business, and there is a lot of money in school business. Like I said, out of 100% of school owners that we have in Lagos State or in Nigeria, how many percentage are making money? How many percentage are making money? And that's the reason you see those making money, they are all over the places, and parents want to continue patronizing their brand. So there is a lot of money in school business. Just make sure you are different, be first among equal, be different within your environment, make healthy noise for parents to patronize you. Parent patron numbers, the numbers of children in class should be equal to that amount of money in the bank. Do not let anybody deceive you. Population is very important in school business. Population is very important. Do not let anybody tell you otherwise. If you don't have population, you will be frustrated. Okay, somebody told you that population is not important and you have 35 pupils in your school and you have employed like 10 to 15 teachers in this era whereby teachers want more money. Okay, so how can we even make teaching attractive? We can make teaching attractive when we collect more money. We pay better salaries to the teachers, because teachers too, they are just selfish, just the way we school owners are selfish. Everybody is selfish. So money conversation is a must, and we need to continue talking about it for us to be able to have a sustainable. How many school owners even talk about holiday? I want to go on holiday. Apart from they go to the village for burial, do they even have time to relax for themselves? And we need to be very factual. We need to be very sincere with ourselves. A school owner cannot tell you that I'm going to a resort to go and relax. I'm going to the mall to do shopping for
And
ourselves.
it's not money from the school, or maybe it could be the family money or external
Mm.
money but not from the school business itself.
Of course. So, and that's the reason our family members think we are rich. Once you are at school now, within the environment, within the community where you are, they believe you are a celebrity, you are rich. Your church member believe you are rich. Your mosque member believe you are rich. If anybody has problem, they come to you. So once they are saying that you are rich, you need to start thinking of what can I do to multiply my income. I think I need to
Mm.
pause here because I'm already in the spirit of talking more. And
Thank you very much, Mr. Bello. If we continue like this, we'll go beyond the time we're supposed to do this. Thank you very much. Thank you for your time. We do not take this
welcome,
for
sir.
granted. This is 53 minutes. Supposed to be at least roughly 60 minutes, a 1 hour discussion section. So thank you, sir, for your time. Thank you. At least when I sent you the message invitation and you didn't hold back and you just said yes, I will be on the show. I don't take that for granted, and I really owe you, sir. I
Welcome,
really
sir.
owe you. And
Welcome, sir.
just call me anytime. I'm on ground. I'm on
You're
ground.
welcome. You're welcome, sir.
Thank you. So I think we have more than 50 persons that have joined this live show, and maybe by the time we are done, I'll also check the back end. And I don't need 1,000 persons to be here, but at least if 10 persons can actually grab this, implement,
I'll
and
be
also
looking
run it.
forward to read I'll be looking forward to read their review, please.
Sure, sure, sir. I would definitely make sure that even in the community we get to, get I get to push them too, because some school owners need pushing. Some actually came from the aspect of revenge. When I wrote my book, before you start that school, I wrote that some actually came from the aspect of being a teacher, then becoming a school owner, because my boss then doesn't understand how to run a school. So let me open a school so that I can.
I think they understood better now.
Yes, no. Now some of them are. I know some that I know some that actually went back to say, "I am sorry. I didn't know that it was like this." So,
It's just more or less like
like,
the pig went to meet the mother. I said, "Mommy, why is your mouth like this?" And then he said, "Piglet went to meet the mother." Mommy, he said, "Don't worry. When you get there, you will understand better."
you understand, you understand better. And you actually know that people that are already in business, already in school, like I'm a very factual person. This collaboration they talk about, sometimes I just, when some persons meets me to like, Mr. Tom, for consultation, I know that if I continue with this person, we'll quarrel, and the person may go online to say, Mr. Tom is this, Mr. Tom. So I will just sometimes just refer to another person,
Mm.
because what would be in my mind, sometimes my wife would tell me, it seems you have ego, because there are some that'll call and I will say, please just sell your school. It's true. Because I over like this year, I've had school owners say, man, Mr. Tom, I have high blood pressure. I keep on checking my blood pressure every week. Every week. At a point, I just told her, Ma, sell the school so you can rest. So you can rest.
Her
You can
problem
go
she
in.
refused to her problem she refused to delegate and she refused to welcome new ideas. I don't know
And
her,
like,
but that's just the problem. She
and
needs to
again,
step aside.
ego. Yeah, no ego. One,
Mm.
I actually told the daughter, please, let your take over your mom's school. Let her just go. Let us travel.
Let
Let her
her
just
step
leave.
aside.
Step aside.
And give them
And
advice, only advice. She should just
and
step
truly she
aside.
did, though. She did. And
Mm.
I had a consultation, I mean a one-on-one with all the leadership team. She was part of the meeting, and she said they are making mistakes, but I'm happy that they are correcting their mistakes. You know.
So that's it now. She should allow fresh air. She should allow fresh ideas and all that. And a quite number
Yes.
of school owners are not ready to step aside because they are more or less like seeing the vision as a baby, their own baby. And they can't run the vision alone without the support of others. I call teachers vision supporters anyway. So she just needs to step aside.
Thank you very much. So, thank you, Ifoma. Thank you, Cecilia. Thank you, Kenny. Thank you all for joining the show. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you all for commenting, and please share this webinar with a whole lot. See, like I've said in the community, and on this platform, that one of the things, you would have paid thousands of money for this. Okay, you would have. Honestly, I would charge you, because this is how I feed my own family too.
Mm.
So you would have paid for it, but the only thing you can pay me for is to share this. Don't be greedy, don't be stingy. It's not about you want to know all the ideas. In fact, if Mr. Bello actually kept all the idea to himself, uh We won't be having people coming to, you getting to know us. So please
Mm.
don't hide this idea, share it. Someone can be blessed from your status, with this. Someone can be blessed from your group. It's high time we all got together to start collaborating and start impacting. Imagine what Mr. Bello said about the contribution and all of that. So you can reach out to him and say, okay, you want to be part of this contribution. Of course, there are terms and conditions. So it will definitely help you. Thank you, Mr. Bello. We need to go because if we continue as consultants here, we will not go. You need to go and meet your
Mm.
wife, sir.
Thank you so
So,
much for having me. I really appreciate.
okay, thank you so much, sir. Do have a good night rest. A good evening, sir.
And you, it's a good evening. Yeah.
Yeah. So thank you very much everyone for joining us. Now it's gonna be same time next weekend, next Saturday. We already have someone on ground for next week's show. Come on, you don't want to miss this one. We're still in the money discussion. I'm not gonna tell you on Monday, you're gonna see the advert on who is coming on Saturday for this show. Every Saturday must have one guest, and it's gonna the guest will liberate us either in finance, either in school growth, either in enrollment, either in passive income, anything. I want to be the person you were just saying, Mr. Tom. You know that when I joined the show last Saturday, this blessed me. That's why it's called the Educator Altar, because here at this altar, we want to liberate a whole lot of educators. Now, once again, thank you for joining us. Now, this is the Educators Lounge. Same time next weekend, we're going to be convening here live, unfiltered, uncensored. Do have a good evening.